and foremost, we want to make sure, we keep the background noise again to a minimum. And, we're going to record and let's go out nice and clear. Today's topic, we're basically going to go off of current events. The main current event that's going on, what's going on with our people down there in Missouri, Ferguson. We're going to put some scriptures behind that and just touch a few documents and look at what's going on surrounding our people. But before we do that, let's kick it off in Psalms 145 and the first verse. The book of Psalms, chapter 145 and verse 1.
Psalms 145 and 1. I will extol.
I will do what?
I will extol thee, my power, O King. I will increase thy name forever and ever.
I will do what?
I will increase thy name forever and ever.
So in other words, before we even get started, let's give the Most High and the Mashiach the best round of applause we can. Read that next verse, right?
Every day I will increase thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever.
See that? So this is definitely just not a Shabbat thing. This is an everyday thing with the Most High. We got to praise his name and thank him for what he's done for us. You know what I'm saying? And what he's getting ready to do for us as a people. It's one of the most important things. Title of this lesson will be, Israel, be patient. Our redemption draws near. When we look at what's going on in the earth today, especially in America with our people, we see that the Most High is definitely kindling the pot. He's starting to bring that pressure down on our people, you know what I'm saying? And our people running around here basically like getting ready to be led to the slaughter. They don't even understand why. So this is why for us, it's imperative that we step up our walk with the Most High and that we, you know what I'm saying, increase our output with reaching out to our people. Because they don't understand why the heck these Gentiles are doing what they're doing to us. They don't properly understand that. Let's kick this off in Romans, the 15th chapter, and the 4th verse. Lay a little basic foundation. Romans 15 and verse 4.
Romans 15 and 4. Now the power of patience and constellations grant you to be like-minded one toward another according to Yahushua HaMashiach.
Read the 4th verse, my brother.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written of our learning.
You see that? So the Most High proclaims in his word, whatsoever was written before time was written for our what?
Was written for our learning.
That what?
That we through patience and comfort of the scripture might have hope.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures. So the scriptures is designed to help us to exercise that patience and to give us that comfort. Because again, when we look at what's going on around us, we see us knowing what time it is, it's like, oh my goodness. You start to shake your head like, wow, we in that last time. You know what I'm saying? But our people they don't understand that, right? But it says through the comfort of the scriptures might have hope. What is that really talking about? Anybody statement? When it says comfort, that we might have hope, what is that referring to? Josh?
The comfort of the scriptures?
Huh?
The comfort?
Yeah. That we might have hope. What kind of hope do we have as a people?
Well, faith.
Huh? Okay. What else? What are you hoping for?
The kingdom.
Huh? Right, the kingdom. So again, when we look at all these things, all this tribulation coming on us as a people, we know the kingdom's coming for us. So we can go through and walk through this thing and suffer greatly, knowing that our comfort is truly coming in the kingdom, right? Let's pick this up at Isaiah 33 in the 5th verse. That's why, again, it's imperative that as a people, don't just pick your scriptures up on the Shabbat, all right? Don't do that. On a regular basis, go into your scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You might not get a full-blown study every day, but touch something. Hit the law, you know what I'm saying? Read some of the writings. Hit the prophets. Read what the Mashiach spoke. That's imperative to feed your spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to add to that.
No, definitely, like you say, get it in daily.
Exactly, because in these last days, it's time that hourglass is running out. If you don't have this word within you, when that time comes, you might, what it say, pressure through what?
Bust pipes.
Might bust you out if you don't have that confidence, right? Read that scripture. Isaiah 33 and verse 5.
Yeshayahu 33 and 5. Yahuwah is exalted.
What?
Yahuwah is exalted.
So the Most High is exalted. We know we serve the true and living Creator. So no matter what these people plot on trying to do to us, it don't matter. Because our power, our Elohim's going to come through for us. Read on.
For he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness.
Read.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
And what?
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
So you see that wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures will be the stability of your time. When we look at this earth right now, we see it's unstable. This particular government, they like to go through all regions of the earth and make things unstable. You know what I'm saying? It's going down out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and most of our people don't really realize that. But that wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures will give you that stability. That no matter what's going on around you, you understand. The Most High is with me. The Mashiach is with me. All right? Now, why did I title this, Israel Be Patient, Our Redemption Draws Near? Because there's a plot against us. You know what I'm saying? And those of us, again, with that eyes to see and ears to hear, we see what time it is, right? Let's pick this up at Psalm 64. And I'm going to read a portion to you out of the book titled, Behold a Pale Horse, by Mr. William Cooper, before we even touch Psalm 64. This will be coming, if you want to write this down for your notes, page 275. Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. We're going to read out of what's known as the Protocols of Zion. Anybody familiar with that? No, you're familiar with that. Anybody else out there in the crowd? Long story short, what the Protocol of Zion is the illuminated powers plan to enslave the entire earth. You know what I'm saying? And what they plan on doing in these last days to bring forth the rise of the anti-Messiah. You read that Revelations 2 and 9 when they talk about the synagogue of Satan. These people are it for real. So when you read through the Protocols of Zion, you will see their plans and realize, like, wow, we was up against a formidable, wicked foe. All right? But it's something that they state to let you know something. Read this highlighted section right here. It's indispensable.
It is indispensable for us to take account of the thoughts, characters, tendencies of the nations in order to avoid making slips in the political and in the direction of administrative affairs.
Hold that right there. So they said it's imperative, it's indispensable that we look at the characters and ways of the nations. So what is that showing you? That they study each and every last nation that's on the face of the earth. But what is that key nation that they paying attention to? The children of Israel. They said that this is indispensable that we pay attention to that. Because they know in the end, we're going to rise under the Mashiach, right? Read on.
The triumph of our system, of which the component parts of the machinery may be variously disposed according to the temperament of the peoples met on our way, will fail of success if the practical application of it be not based upon summing up of the lessons of the past in the light of the present.
You see that? So again, they study the past and the present to understand how to deal with all nations. They got all these other nations in their back pocket. But the children of Israel is that first nation they must keep down. Because if we link back to the Most High, they know they got issues. It's over with for them. So that's, again, just letting you know that behind the scenes, no matter what, when you see things going on around, you know that they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's pick this up at Psalm 64 and verse 1. Now we're going to see why King David, according to the Ruach, was led to say these particular words. Because, again, by them knowing all the nations, am I breaking up? Okay. By them knowing all what's going on with Israel, how to deal with us, our past, our present, what was prophesied for us, they have put plans in order. Read that first verse, Psalm 64 and 1.
Tehillim 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O power. in my prayers. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Do what?
Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the
You
wicked.
see that King David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Again, when you read through their protocols, that's a secret thing. Most people don't even know. That's why I asked the question. Have you ever heard of that? Most of our people don't even realize that they have on record what they plan on doing to the world, right? Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Read on.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
From what?
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword.
You see that? So these people wet their tongue like a sword. They speak high things against the Most High and his people. They despise us left and right, right? And want to destroy you from off the face of the planet. Right? Read on.
And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
That they may what?
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
See that? And that's why right now to this day they beginning. The Most High is leading them, but they are starting to rise up and shoot us down in the street with no issue. The mere fact that they did that to that young brother that had that unarmed, hadn't did anything, is showing you. You know what I'm saying? What was I mean, honestly, what got on this cat to get out there and say, get out the street? You know what I'm saying? Swing the door and then get out and gun him down in cold blood. What did that? You know what I'm saying? Let's pick this up in Psalm 17 and 8. Actually, the Most High is using this thing to wake the children of Israel up. As we didn't fell asleep, like the brother brought out in his lesson a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the segregation. Our people are in love with this place. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to read a particular comment by Dr. Ben Carson to show you. They in love with this place. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High like, okay, I'm going to fire y'all up and get y'all going. I'm going to show you that you was brought over here by your enemy's hands, not your friends. Psalm 17 and verse 8.
Tehillim 17 and 8. Keep me as the apple of your eye.
You see that? So how does the Most High view you as the apple of his eye? What do you have to do to have that particular benefit? Exactly. That's the only way. Like when we be on the streets, a lot of our brothers say, well, I see the curses. Okay, I see that. But what's the solution? Brother, the solution is to turn back to the Most High and keep his commandments.
That's right.
Accept what the Mashiach did for you. Read on.
Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of your wings. From the wicked that oppress me. From my deadly enemies who compass me about.
From my who?
From my deadly enemies who compass me about.
See that? So right now, again, you look at what these people are starting to do. These people are deadly. They got weapons that, man, we ain't even going to be able to handle. You know what I'm saying? We might got a little AR-15 or a little Glock 45, so on and so forth. But what you really going to do again? You know, when a Tomahawk, you know what I'm saying, helicopter come flying through, what you going to do with that? You know what I'm saying?
Even the joint that make that noise. You know what I'm saying? They just aim it at the crowd. And when whatever come out of it hit you, people just fall on the ground.
Right.
From blocks away.
We're talking about that sound wave back, right? Exactly. But again, our enemies, they're deadly. So if we don't have the Most High covering us, we ain't got nothing covered. You know what I'm saying? They're going to fill us up. They're going to fill them FEMA caps up, and that's it. All right? Read on.
They are enclosed in their own fat.
They're what?
They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly.
You see that? And again, we know that America is the most proud nation on the face of the planet. And everybody that loves this system, they take on great, I have American pride. You know what I'm saying? You're not realizing you're a great enemy of the Most High. You're not doing nothing he tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? And you're against his people. And the Most High not having that. Read on.
They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth.
You see that? So it says they have compassed us in our steps. So in other words, we've been surrounded by these people. You know what I'm saying? But it said that this last portion was interesting to me when I just studying it, just looking at it. Read that bottom portion again.
They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth.
Now, if we look at this just on a technological aspect, you know what I'm saying? How have these people fulfilled that?
Satellite.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually look at that, read that again.
They have set their eyes, bowing down to the earth.
You know, so every communication tower that you got with your cell phone, your TV system, all of that, your laptops, they bowing down watching everything you do. You know what I'm saying? And we don't really realize that, right? Now, let me read this. The brother Josh shared. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to touch that part. The Ark Trav dropped a lesson on segregation, right? One of the major turning points that was dealing with segregation was the separate but equal doctrine, right, according to their law. What's the name of that place that they having, our people was having that unrest at? Ferguson, right? Did anybody think about that? Why was this place put out there like that? Why did they choose? Again, these people, like it says, they take secret counsel. So they behind the scenes put that plan together. Why did they choose the town Ferguson in Missouri and then get it popping there? Right? You got Plessy versus Ferguson. Y'all familiar with that? That basic, matter of fact, read that. Now just again, me personally, this is just my personal opinion, just assessing the whole situation. I believe they did that intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the Most High himself wants us to be separate. Our people, we love America. We got to be, you know what I'm saying? Read that for them. Let's show them what Plessy versus Ferguson was about.
Plessy versus Ferguson, 1896, is a landmark United States Supreme Court decision in the jurisprudence of the United States, upholding the constitutionality of state laws required racial segregation in public facilities under the doctrine of separate but equal.
You see that? Now, again, when Ak brought on his lesson, he showed how when we came out after chattel slavery in 1863, we flourished. So much, in fact, you had what was, again, known as Black Wall Street. Separate but equal. We was doing okay. You know what I'm saying? And if it had stayed that way, we'd have been fine. But because you started to integrate, now you've done what? Taking on these people's idol gods, their philosophies, their way of life, right? So them actually having that in law, that was a good thing. But our people know, I got to be like you, Mr. White Man. You know what I'm saying?
Please let me eat at the same place you do.
Exactly. Which is awful, right? Now, actually, when you go to court, the term, when you go to court, it'll be like Yaiqua versus the state of Michigan, right? Why do you think this was termed Plessy versus Ferguson? Anybody know? No? Exactly. Ferguson was like that top Supreme Court judge, John Ferguson. So it actually was Plessy versus that judge. You know what I'm saying? So again, like I honestly believe they chose that, you know what I'm saying, to show. The Most High chose that to show what time it is. Yeah. The name of the, and again, when you go to court, it's never that. It's you versus the state. But this became known as Plessy versus Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? And bringing it up to modern day, now you have what? Michael Brown versus the, you know what I'm saying, the city of Ferguson or whatever the case. Showing you the Most High wants us to be separate from these people. You know what I'm saying? Now, why is that important? You said Brown versus board education. Right. Read this particular document. Now, this is how we know for a fact. Have y'all been keeping up with some of the footage that's been going on as far as, I'm tired of it, right? I feel you. But when you look at certain people that was actually on the ground, they stated that, you know, it popped off, you know, the brother get killed and then riots ensue. But they started to die down, you know what I'm saying, around that third day of that week of it initially going on. But that's not how the media actually portrayed it. They tried to portray it as if we was running around acting a fool for the longest, right? But secretly, these people they send people in to actually get it going. And it's been, I don't know if some of y'all have seen some of the footage, but they have actually caught like Gentiles dressed up, masked up, running around throwing bottles and all this other madness. It's the same thing historically, just like Nero did to our people back in 66 AD. To get the populace behind them, you have to put down that what? That false flag. Don't even forget. Exactly, propaganda. The Jews are burning up, they burned up Rome, which was a lie. And this is what they're trying to do, to push on these Gentiles and our people to say, look, those people are terrorists. We need to intern them. You know what I'm saying? Read that. Then read the title of the document first.
Okay. Stirring the pot. DOJ sends marshals to coach the protesters in Ferguson. So it's by Michael Snyder. Is the Obama administration looking to stir up more trouble in Ferguson?
You see that? So they actually send in their agents to do what? To show them how to protest. As if you need anybody to come tell you why you're mad. You know what I'm saying? You protest because you're upset at what the government's doing to you. What the heck you need a coach for? All right? Read on.
Protest marshals from the same Department of Justice division that organized protests against George Zimmerman.
You see that? So again, when that Trayvon Martin thing popped off, they sent these brothers in as well at the same time. Why? Because they really want to rouse you up. What do that not Deuteronomy, but Genesis 49 say about Judah?
Oh, who will rouse him up?
Right. He's a couched lion, right? They know that. Again, these people, they study your history back and forth. They know you're a couched lion. Now they killed the brother in cold blood, bring him to court, let him go, and what did our people do? Absolutely nothing. So the scripture asks, well, who will rouse them up? The Most High is going to rouse us up in these last days. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
George Zimmerman, in the aftermath of the shooting of Trayvon Martin, have been deployed to the troubled city. It is being reported that these DOJ agents will be conducting training.
You see that? Like the Department of Justice really cares about your justice. They showed you they didn't when they let George Zimmerman walk. And honestly, I believe what they're going to do with this situation. They didn't call it in a grand jury, right? We're going to decide if we're going to charge Mr. Darren, whatever his last name is. Why do they need that, really? Why did he need to call in a grand jury to do that? It was obvious he did it, right? Honestly, I believe they're going to bring that brother to court and let him go. And what's that going to do? That's going to get our people going nuts, right? Read on.
Conducting training for Ferguson protesters that will focus on best practices for participation in protests. Local officials in Missouri hope that this will help defuse the situation. But if history is any guide, it may end up doing just the opposite.
You see that? So again, historically, they know. They sending these people in, go in, show them how to protest, show them how to make a Molotov cocktail. You know what I'm saying? They doing that so we can be, Gentiles will be like, okay, yeah, y'all go ahead and lock these niggas up. They tired of us anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's a complete plot. Right? Now, touch that. Okay. Let's see why the Most High has allowed this to happen to us. Let's go to Lamentations 1 and verse 4. Why does the Most High allow people that have brought you over here, subjugated you for hundreds of years, despise you from then till now? Why is the Most High doing this? Lamentations 1. Matter of fact, hold that. Go to Jeremiah 8 and 13 first. And then we'll skip on over to Lamentations. Y'all know Lamentations after Jeremiah, right? Huh? Y'all with me? Okay.
Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 8 and verse 13.
And the thing they doing is called problem, reaction, solution.
Yep.
They create the problem, react to it, and then give you the solution.
Exactly. Their secret counsel is, like the scripture says, the children of the wicked are way more wiser than the children of the light. These people in their wickedness are, as I hate to even use the term for lack of a better word, they're geniuses. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, we're not genius when it comes down to the righteous, how to seek out the Most High. Because if we were, this whole place would be overthrown today. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. Right? Read that Jeremiah 8 and 13.
Jeremiah 8 and 13. I will surely consume them, saith Yahuwah. There shall be no grapes on the vine.
So, you know, again, y'all know that we are the vine, y'all. Symbolically to the Most High, right? He said, I'm going to consume them, right? Read on.
Nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade.
You see that? So that's representing your esteem. That honor that you once had as a nation has faded. Now you're in the ghettos and slums, filling up prisons, just despicable as a people. our esteem has faded, right? Read on.
And the things that I have given them shall pass away from them.
You see that? So again, our heritage, the mere fact that we don't even know as a people as a whole, we don't even know we're the children of Israel. That's gone from us, right? Now let's turn over to Lamentations 1. And pick it up at the 4th verse. Let's see why. Because again, even though these Gentiles are using their modern day weaponry, their hatred to do this, the Most High has allowed this to happen for a reason. Lamentations 1 and verse 4.
Lamentations 1 and 4. The ways of Zion do mourn.
The what?
The ways of Zion do mourn, because none comes to the solemn feast.
None do what?
None come to the solemn feast.
So you think about that. The ways of Zion, the laws, the commandments, they mourn. Because we in captivity. The mere fact that we got to keep a Feast of Tabernacles, or at least try to observe it over here in this land, can't even go back home. You know what I'm saying? That's a sad thing. That's something honestly to cry about. Most of our people don't even realize it, right? You want to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? Read on.
All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness.
Read on.
Her adversaries are the chief.
Her what?
Her adversaries are the chief.
You see that? So again, these Europeans that's over us, man, they are our adversaries. They're not our friends. But our people, we honestly believe they are to this very day. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to take the shedding of much of our blood for our people to fully realize, okay, Father, get us out of here. And when you look at a lot of that footage that was going on with our people, a lot of our people, they right for it. You know what I'm saying? They see, okay, our situation is getting bleak, hopeless, right? Read on.
Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper. For Yahuwah have afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions.
For the what?
For the multitudes of her transgressions.
See that? So the multitude of our transgressions, the Most High has begun to afflict us. And this is why He's letting our brothers get gunned down in those streets like that with no issue, right? Let's flip this over to Leviticus 26. Because again, it was prophesied. Don't keep my commandments, I'm going to do something to you. And this is exactly being played out before our eyes. And me and Choir, we talk about it all the time. Like this is what is it? We in the Truman Show. Right.
Exactly.
It's like our people don't realize that you are the main character. You're the star, quote unquote, in this whole world, you know what I'm saying, this whole setup. You don't even realize it. So behind the scenes, this thing going on, they pulling, you know what I'm saying, pulling.
They acting, as soon as you come up, they doing it just for you.
Exactly.
It's all a setup.
It's all set up for us, right? Pick it up at Leviticus 26 and verse 14.
Leviticus 26 and 14. But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgment.
If your soul do what?
If your soul abhor my judgment.
Now when you look at our people, like Lamentations stated, for the multitude of our transgressions, right? So when you begin to speak to your people about righteousness, which is what? What is righteousness? The definition of it in Scripture. The commandments, right? So you begin to speak to your people about keeping the Most High's law. Don't eat no pork. You know what I'm saying? Don't worship no idol. You know, keep His name highly esteemed. What do? I don't want to hear that. I know my God. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that you're really an enemy of the Most High. Our people, they so abhor the Most High's commandments. Read on.
So that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant.
And that's what our people did. That's why the Most High had to send the Mashiach to reinstitute a new, what is it? Is it the new covenant? It's the renewed covenant. That's the proper breakdown for the term. It had to be renewed in the Mashiach's blood, right? Because we broke it. But check out what he says. Read on.
I also will do this unto you.
What are you going to do?
I will even appoint over you terror.
I will do what?
I will even appoint over you terror.
You see that? So actually the sad thing is these people are going to try to label us terrorists, right? But in actuality, what are they? According to these scriptures, they're the real terrorists. These people go through and plunder the entire earth. They're the real terrorists on the scene. But he said, I'm going to appoint over you terror. Drop down to verse 17.
Verse 17. And I will set my face against you.
You see that? So the Most High's face, he's not looking at us favorably. Right now, you're not, as a people, we're not the apple of the Most High's eye. It's only the remnant of us that's really trying to keep the commandments. But for the most part, his face is against us, right? Read on.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
You should be what?
You shall be slain before your enemies. That they that hate you shall reign over you.
You see that? So again, this is why the Most High is allowing our brothers out here to get gunned down. Like Michael Brown is just one case. If you actually go back and just look at it from, I'll say, just take the 70s and read it all the way up till modern day right now. There's plenty of our brothers that been gunned down, killed, raped, you know what I'm saying, strung up.
They estimated that since Trayvon Martin went down, there's been 29 Trayvon Martin cases since he dropped dead.
Exactly. But just like the brother Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood, what do you say when young Ricky got killed? That's a classic quote.
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about drinking juice in the hood.
Of course. We got Barnum and Bailey. He said they don't care about what goes on in the hood. Simple and plain. But then they'll make a high profile case with Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin. Why? Because it's all a setup. You know what I'm saying? They really don't care about what's going on with you. But he said that your enemies shall reign over you. Hold that real quick. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16, verse 18. And we'll come back to Leviticus. Go to Deuteronomy 16 and verse 18. I thought this was kind of interesting. Going back. Read. It says, our enemies shall do what? Slay us, right? Those that hate you shall what? Reign over you. But check out what the Most High actually, when he was putting our land together, and putting down our constitution as a people. Check out what he says. Deuteronomy 16 and verse 18.
Devarim 16 and 18. Judges and officers.
Hold that. Read that again.
Judges and officers.
Now he said judges and officers. Notice that. Okay? Because it's these same two officers right here, these particular aspects that do the greatest harm to our people. Judges and officers. Read.
Judges and officers shall thou make thee in all thy gates, which Yahuwah thy power giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
You see that? So again, going back to that curse, he said, you don't keep my commandments. They that rule you, those that hate you shall rule over you. And that's why they're using their police officers and judges to put the most affliction on us, right? This is so this is obviously a curse. If we was in our righteous format, you would have upright judges and officers that would police your neighborhoods and execute righteous judgment. But we don't have that today. Let me read this particular. How many of y'all despise Uncle Tom's? It wasn't enough hands. How many of y'all like Uncle Tom's? Anybody know what Uncle Tom is? Huh? What's Uncle Tom? Debo?
Somebody else.
Huh? There's somebody else? What's Uncle Tom, Mike?
Uncle Tom is a so-called black man who so-called, you can say, portrays his brother to the white man.
Right. It's basically a brother, as they say, an Oreo, right? He's a brother on the outside,
right,
but he's really European on the inside. That's what that is. And I'm not going to hold you up. I despise that. You know what I'm saying? Because, who? Jesse Peters? Jesse Jackson? Yeah, he Uncle Tom too. But let me read you this particular quote, which I thought was interesting. Dr. Ben Carson. Anybody know who he is? Who is he? He is surgeon, right? I believe he was the first brother to actually perform a brain surgery successfully, right? Intelligent brother. And guess where he's from? No. Unfortunately, he's from the D, right? Yeah, he's from the D. Grew up rough the whole nine. But check out what he states. You just read the highlighted sections. Honestly, one of the biggest Uncle Toms we can get on the face of the earth right now.
All right. conservative darlings, Dr. Ben Carson said Sunday that the fatal shooting of an unarmed black teenager by a white police officer in Ferguson, Missouri had nothing to do with race.
Now, you just stop that right there. Be honest. Did that have anything to do with race? Everything. And absolutely everything to do with race. Because they know we are the children of Israel. Again, they that hate you shall rule over you. So what is this guy talking about? Right? Read on. You're going to see why. Why he said it.
The retired neurosurgeon and Fox News contributor.
And Fox News what?
Contributor.
The Fox News contributor. You know what I'm saying? So again, if y'all familiar with the media outlet of Fox News, you know they design against us. You know what I'm saying? They wicked us all out there.
Sly Fox.
Exactly. But he said that he's a contributor, meaning he puts in chips, money behind this media outlet. Read on.
The Fox News contributor made the comment on a Fox News Sunday segment where he discussed the shooting with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
So they had, honestly, two Uncle Toms sitting up there discussing this thing. You got this brother saying, hey, I don't think it was race, and then you got Jesse acting like he cared.
Traumatized.
Right. But Jesse playing the part. You know what I'm saying? He doing his part on the Truman Show. Did y'all get a chance to check out that video? When that brother went in, the brother showed me. The brother went in on him. Jesse, get out of here. We don't want you down here. When are you going to get out that van, brother? Wow.
And you see when he looked up at that camera, it was like, they got me.
Right.
The other police officer act like he was trying to come.
Exactly. Read on, brother.
If you take race out of the issue altogether and you take a group of young men and you raise them with no respect for authority.
With no respect for what?
For authority.
He's showing his own time colors, man. Now again, we know we're in captivity and you're subject. The Most High has put these people over you, so of course, you know what I'm saying? But it just, I don't know, it's just something that he's just showing his spirit, man. He got time. He don't have respect for authority. The authority don't have no respect for us. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But and anybody know the actual motto or what police officers are really designed to do?
Protect and serve.
To do what?
Protect and serve.
So they're to protect and serve. They're not supposed to be militarized and coming in and you know what I'm saying, treat you any kind of way. They're to serve you. Your tax dollars provide them a check. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Not learning to take on a personal responsibility, having easy access to drugs and alcohol.
Now, again, we know, you know, by way of history, who provided those guns? Brother, do you got a Smith & Wesson shop at your home? Okay, you don't know how to make no gun? You know how to make?
Nope.
You probably do with your CNC connection, right? But we don't. You know what I'm saying? We got to go purchase a Smith & Wesson, right? So they the ones provide the guns, right? Read on.
They're very likely to end up as victims of violence or incarceration. He said had nothing to do with race.
See that? So again, he said you give them guns, you give them brew, you give them liquor, and now they're gonna end up as victims. Like he's actually okay in the fact that these people doing what they're doing to us. You know what I'm saying? Putting the blame on us. But again, it does start with us because we violated the covenant. But be honest, it's your enemy that's us behind the scenes perpetrating these things. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Host Chris Wallace then threw out the statistics that 91% of black murder victims are killed by other blacks.
You see that? So they say, look, you niggas kill each other, you know what I'm saying, already. Why y'all tripping because one or two get killed by a police officer, right? But we know that's according to Scripture. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 25. Go ahead, brother.
If you look up the percentage of whites that get killed by other whites, it's nearly the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no difference.
But that's, you know.
They're going to throw it out there.
Because that's where you stay at. If that's who around you, that's who, you know what I'm saying, that's who you're going to get mad at.
Exactly.
Justice happens to them. They don't throw that statistic out there.
Look here. The European, to be honest, they look at it and say, you gang bangers and you murderers and like what do you say, 91%, right? Black on black crime and all that, right? These people waged 2 world wars against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually think about that. 2 of them. Brought the whole world into their fights amongst themselves. How can they talk about us? You know what I'm saying? Now again, our people is wicked as all outdoors. But these people have fought again 2 world wars amongst themselves. I don't like you Germans, I'm coming over there. I don't like you Polish, I'm invading. You know what I'm saying? Like get real.
How can you say somebody on the other side of the world, they getting on my nerves over there?
Right.
I'm going over there and I'm gonna put a stop to what you doing in your country. That's like you in your house and you look across the street and you see the people over there doing something. You look in their window and say, I don't like that he over there doing that. I'm gonna go put a stop to it.
Right.
Come on, man.
They don't move in on singular. They bring in standing armies, tanks, you know what I'm saying, aircraft, bombers, and all that. Right? But get that Deuteronomy 32 and 25. Let's see what the Most High says concerning that. Why is there so much black on black crime? And that's one thing we definitely, as a people, we do need to stop that. If we stand up, but man, these people honestly scared of us, man. To be honest, that brother, he gunned that big brother down for a reason. Because he knew physically he couldn't do nothing with him hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Deuteronomy 32 and 25. The sword without.
You see that? So the Most High said the sword without, which is being represented, that sword being in the hand of the other nations, right? Read on.
And terror within shall destroy both the young man.
Shall do what?
Shall both destroy the young man and the virgin. The suckling also with the man of gray hairs.
You see that? So that's a part of the curse that's on us. You know what I'm saying? That's why young brothers is being gunned down by another brother. You know what I'm saying? But again, this brother said, oh, that's got nothing to do with race. Got something, everything to do with it. Because we the chosen seed, right?
TCS.
Exactly. Now, let's get a couple of scriptures. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Because standing up in the face of all of this adversity and seeing what's going on around us, we have to develop patience and wait on the Most High. Because he's going to get us out of here. You know, a lot of our people, man, say, I want to see a miracle, like we're talking to that brother on the street. You know, there ain't no miracles happening now. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to see. But they don't realize the Most High, he's going to rise up to the prey, like he says in Zephaniah. Let's get Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad.
You see that? And that's why a lot of our people down there in Ferguson and all across the country who went down to Ferguson was upset. This oppression is getting this at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, again, is doing that to revise us, to get us together, to get us to wake up. All right? Hold that. Let's go to Proverbs. I'm sorry, let's go to Ephesians 4. Pick up Ephesians 4.
So we coming back to the point, right?
Yeah, we'll come back. Matter of fact, go ahead, finish that up.
Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a 501c3 destroy up the heart.
Hey, wait a minute, brother. Your 501c3 in the script? Read that again? I missed that one.
Surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift of 501c3 destroy up the heart.
You see that? That was very clever, but that says a gift, right?
You gotta go into Hebrew.
Right?
You gotta go into Hebrew.
But why did you make that statement, brother?
Unfortunately, a lot of our so-called leaders have took this very gift, which means a bribe.
Exactly. So now, you know, on a sidebar, you see, you know, one of our brothers got killed down there a couple of days after Michael Brown, right? Y'all know that boy was a part of a particular camp. Y'all know what camp that was? Yeah, brother. Yep, that brother, it was a brother that got shot in North Missouri. It was like 10 miles away from where Michael Brown was slain. He, allegedly ran up on the police with a knife, overhand, so on and so forth. Comes to find out that this brother was actually a part of the IUIC camp. So now they have his mother on the news and so on and so forth, and it's a whole other aspect that got to be dealt with that, but we'll touch that later. But it's showing you, you know what I'm saying? Like, what no coincidence, but we'll talk about that later. I want you to read this document. Now again, Ben Carson says this wasn't a race thing. Them niggas they got guns and drugs. They gonna kill each other. So on and so. So what the white cops killed them? Basically what he's saying, right? Now, this cop, Darren Wilson, he was actually a member of a police squad that was completely disbanded before he got the job in Ferguson, right? So they actually disbanded this entire department based on, I'll let him read the highlighted section. Read the title of the article.
Ferguson officer Darren Wilson, once a member of police force, disbanded over racial tensions.
You see that? So this particular, when you go back and you look up this particular department, it was 45 officers in this particular department. All of them got fired. Why? Because they was racist as all outdoors. It was so obvious, their racism was so obvious they had to disband them. And he was actually working for them. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no coincidence his brother get out and gun our brother down with no issue. You know what I'm saying? Read on, brother.
The white cop who killed unarmed black teen Michael Brown on August 9th was once part of Missouri police force that was disbanded over racial tensions in the community it served. Officer Darren Wilson was a member of the 45 employee Jennings, Missouri Police Department that was fired by its city council.
You see that? So the city council come in and say, look here, man, y'all got to get up out of here. And y'all making it a little bit too obvious. We hate them, but y'all doing it a little bit too, it's too much right here, right? Read on.
In 2011, and replaced by St. Louis County Police, the Washington Post reported. Wilson, 28, didn't rack up a disciplinary issue during his tenure in Jennings, but the nearly all-white police force came under fire for its poor relations with the predominantly black community.
You see that? So them people was down there giving our people the flux, right? Matter of fact, keep reading. She'll give you a couple of examples of some of the atrocities they was committing against our people down there.
The straw that broke the camel's back, an officer shot at a black female, Rodney Epps, a Jennings City Council member, told the newspaper.
You see that? So they was shooting at our people's sisters down there. They busting shots at them. You know what I'm saying? This complete madness. Read on.
She was stopped for a traffic violation. She had a child in the back of the car and was probably worried about getting locked up. And this officer chased her down Highway 70, past city limits, and took a shot at her. Just ridiculous, Epps said.
You see that? So again, that brother was a part of this particular setup right here. And then get the job down there in Ferguson. Not too long after that, put one of our brothers to rest. So how in the world can a brother like this come out and say, well, it ain't got nothing to do with race? Everything to do with it. Because this is all surrounding Jacob's trouble. The Most High is doing this to wake us up. Let's go to Ephesians 4. Because knowing these things, I'm not going to lie, they get you pissed off. You know what I'm saying? We all work with Gentiles, and it definitely make me look at them totally different. I ain't going to hold you up. You know, you pull up, they look at you like you're crazy. I drive a truck, you know what I'm saying, on my day job. And when I go to certain places, them Gentiles look at me like, don't even want to speak to you, you know what I'm saying? And I used to play that same tune. I ain't gonna say nothing to you either. But now when I see they do that, I go out my way. How you doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? To make them embarrassed, but they despise you. They hate seeing you. Right. No, you know. We come out of nowhere, that's about it.
I'm not really Esau.
Right. Ephesians 4 and verse 26. 4:26. Yeah. Because again, we gotta keep our spirits in check. We see this thing going on. That's why again it says that the scriptures will be your comfort, your stability. So knowing what's going on around us, it's like, okay, just sit back and be patient. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Ephesians 4 and 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
Do what?
Be ye angry and sin not.
You see that? So there's nothing wrong with being angry. Oppression again makes a wise man mad. Right? So when we see our brothers getting gunned down in cold blood, be angry. Yeah, go ahead and you want to get involved in a march, yeah, march on them. That's cool, but don't sin. And that's what our people did. A lot of our people said, okay, I'm going to take the time. We're going to tear this joint up and I'm about to get me a 54-inch flat screen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bust this glass in the head and I'm going to get that nice Rolex I see. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just marching and saying, look, I'm tired of our brothers being killed out here. They want to go, you know what I'm saying, bust down some doors and get some goods. And that's foolish. That's again why the Most High broke the covenant with us. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we have to go out of our way to give our people this understanding. You the children of Israel, brother. This is why you're going through that. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Neither give place to the devil.
See that? And again, once you not walking in the spirit, you easily get in the flesh, you give place to Shaitan. And he comes on the scene and orchestrates things. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely an important key. Let's go to Proverbs 16:32. If we don't exercise that spiritual control in these last days, you're going to lose it. Proverbs 16 and verse 32.
Proverbs 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
You see that? So when you can control your spirit to where you don't get easily angry, you better than the mighty. That man that got them guns under his shirt, you know what I'm saying? You better than him. Once you can control your anger. Read on.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
See that? So that's why it's imperative for us, again, to feed on the word of the Most High, his laws, his commandments, and the wisdom found in the scriptures, so that you can have that rule over your spirit. Because if you don't have that, again, you're going to give place to Shaitan. He's going to come in and devour you. Proverbs 25 and 28. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. Maintain your spiritual patience, Israel. Our redemption definitely coming. You know what I'm saying?
Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls.
See that? So you don't have that rule over your spirit. You're like a city that ain't got no walls. What do that mean? You can be easily overrun. A city that ain't got walls can be easily invaded by a foreign enemy. And that's what we up against. These men are just the air, the vessels. Shaitan is the one really mad at us. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we got the rule over our spirit. And seeing all of this stuff, again, in the media, it inflames you. It gets you upset. You're ready to slap some white folks. You know what I'm saying? But you got to rule your spirit. Let's touch that. Let's talk about the media a little bit. Again, I'm going to read something to you out of the Protocols of Zion. Also taken from page 275. Because again, everything going on in the media, you got to be careful. If you want to get some news, get some of them grassroots websites, so on and so forth. Because that media, that machine is going to spin you off. Like, I ain't going to front. I know my brother might feel like, that beheading was real. Y'all think that beheading was something real? Y'all seen that beheading of that ISIS cat? I ain't gonna front, man. I think that was the best Netflix movie I've ever seen. I can't lie. But I'm just saying, that just as an example.
Probably right.
Just as an example, the media is definitely is used to portray a certain image. But let's see what they say about this.
In the hands of the states of today, there is a great force that creates the movements of thoughts in people. And in the press.
And the what?
In the press. The part played by the press is to keep pointing out requirements supposed to be indispensable to give voice to the complaints of the people.
You see that? So they know in the actual states or the people's hands is the press. What is that? That started with what? Newspaper starting off. And then what did it transfer into? Your news, you know what I'm saying? Your news stations, your news media. And they use this, right? To show the people's discontent, right? What else? Read.
To express and to create discontent.
To do what?
To express and to create discontent. It is in the press that the triumph of freedom of speech finds its incarnation.
You see that? So they actually use, again, that press. So that's why they went out their way to make sure that this was televised, to actually try to rouse, Jacob up, to go out there and act the fool. That's what they really want you to do. Trayvon Martin, it just didn't happen. So they're like, okay, bet. They back to the drawing board, back to the what? The think tank, right? This is why they went out of their way to try to put that and keep that in the press. And then bombard you with it. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Because they want you